windshield washer fluid. If you ever needed to jump start it, right here is where you can connect to the power.
Okay.
Ground right here.
All right.
So you can put jumper cables on there, fire it up. Over here, oil fill, coolant. This is where it goes in for the AC. That's the intake for that. On the back side underneath the dash, that's where the cabin air filter is.
Okay.
And then right inside here is the engine air filter.
Okay. How about right here?
DEF fluid. So that's diesel exhaust fluid.
Yeah.
Familiar with that?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay.
How often do you fill that in?
It's between 5 and 10,000 miles. The light
Okay.
will click on, and there's a
Okay.
little gauge on there
Okay.
on the dash that'll tell you.
Where do you buy that? Anywhere?
Get it at gas stations, Walmart, pretty much everywhere.
Do you know how many-
You can't run it without it.
Nope, it
Okay.
will shut down
Okay.
and won't let you drive.
How many gallons does it hold?
I'm not sure on the gallons. I want to say maybe 4 gallons.
Like
Four
one of
to
those
5.
containers to hold?
Yep. You'll see the box container.
Okay.
I always, in my Sprinter, I just pour one in there and then keep going until it clicks again and says turn it on.
Okay.
That's been safe for me.
Okay.
So we have a little kickstand for the hood. And then hood latch is right on this side. Right. So inside here we have the generator. So over here we have the stop and the prime. So we'll press and hold stop. That light will turn on saying that it's primed, and then we can hit start and fire it up. Okay.
Fired up.
Exhaust is right here, so.
There's nothing that holds this lid up?
Nope.
How long is that good
Yeah.
for running?
It really depends on a lot of different things, like what all are you running.
Uh-huh.
So I can't give you an exact, like,
Ballpark?
maybe
Least long?
8 to 10 hours
Okay.
minimum. Right, and then,
And what fuel goes in there?
so this is on LP,
Okay.
so it's an LP generator.
Does LP mean propane or
Propane.
Okay.
not regular gas?
Nope.
Okay.
Alright. So, we have a breaker right here. So if you're running on the generator and you trip the breaker, that's where you're gonna flick it back on.
Okay. Okay.
It's off. That's off.
Okay.
Now I have read that if you're just on generator at like a campsite, you can't run the air conditioner and microwave at the same time. You'll
Right.
trip, but you can run one or the other.
Correct. Yep. Then we have oil fill and dipstick. On this, the first oil change will be at 50 hours,
Okay.
and then every 100 hours after that.
Every 100 hours. Then.
Yep.
Is that something I can do myself?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
something you can do.
Okay.
Well, depends how handy you are.
Yeah.
Most people that say, is it something I can do? Normally they're
Yeah.
handy enough.
Are we supposed to leave all those tags on there?
That's something you can leave on there, unless you want to take it off.
Okay, I'm just asking. Yeah, you can leave it on.
Okay. Alright,
Good.
drop this down. Alright, so inside here we have storage.
Yay.
Not
Back
much.
corner.
Can you even fit a chair, a lawn chair in there?
Nah.
How high is it?
Goes to about right
Okay.
here.
Right there. Yeah.
It's one thing we didn't really check.
Okay.
And that key, does that go to just that? Is that a key or a switch?
So this is gonna have a key on it. That's gonna be right here. It's gonna be this.
And
Okay.
that thing just stays, huh?
Yep. That's
Okay.
just a
I thought that
twist
maybe
tab.
was a key.
Well, that's it. Key goes in there as well. Same key.
So this one, I believe, is gonna be the silver key.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then purple's gonna be the main door.
All right.
Alright, so inside here, we have outdoor shower. This is the switch for the water pump. That little light indicates that it's on. On the inside, there's another switch with a little light. So it's a dual switch. So if you turn it on out here and you turn it off on the inside, the switch will go
Okay.
back and forth. Okay. Little light here. So up here we have city water hookup,
Mm-hmm.
and this one's black tank flush. Don't mix these two up, because put a water hose on there, you're gonna have a water fountain in the bathroom in no time. So for city water, we have these two levers here that'll dictate how and what you're gonna be doing on the inside. So for city fixtures, we'll set it on 2 and 6. So it's, this arrow points up at the 2, so straight up. This one's gonna go to the right over towards 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that will give you water pressure coming from the hose, and that'll direct it directly to your sinks, your shower, and your toilet.
And
Okay.
what's the PSI supposed to be?
Between 40 and 50.
Okay.
Yep, I recommend getting a water pressure
We
regulator.
have one, and we have the kind you can set. So
Okay.
I think its default is 45.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So then we have city fill tank, which is 1 and 6.
What does that mean?
So you can fill your fresh water tank still from this one, instead of having another connection where you fill it. It all just fills right here. So you just spin this over. 1 and 6, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now just fill the tank
That'll
up.
fill the tank.
And what's that telling us? The tank is full or what?
It's doing some backflow and stuff.
Okay.
Just air pressure pushing it back out.
Okay.
How do you know when it's full or?
On the inside, there's a gauge. You push the
Okay.
button, and it'll tell you
Okay.
what level you're at.
Cool.
Okay. So then, country fill, that would be siphoning from a bucket or from a 5-gallon jug. There's a little hose that screws in here. You put it in the jug, turn on the water pump, and that'll siphon
Actually siphons it in. Huh?
That's cool.
sanitized water,
Okay.
clean water in there. The next one will be normal. So that's going to be for like boondocking and stuff like that.
Okay.
Basically, you're pulling from the freshwater tank. After you've filled the tank, then you set it on normal to use the water in the tank.
Okay. Okay.
But if you're hooked up to
City
city, you just leave it on those
City
Just leave it on
fixtures.
city fixtures. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to put this over to 3 and 5. Now we can test water. Turn on the outdoor shower. Yeah.
So when you're hooked up to city, you don't need the water pump on.
Nope.
When you're
The water
boondocking,
pressure from the
that's when you have
hose.
to do it.
Correct. Yep.
So to use the shower, you had to hit.
Yep. Have to have the water pump on.
Okay.
Okay.
grab a towel and we'll dry that up. Alright, so we talked about that. So here we have black tank and gray tank pull. Connect the sewer hose on there. We'll start on black tank, pull that, let that all drain out. Hook up a different water hose than you would for drinking water because you don't want to cross-contaminate something that's going into the toilet that ever has like a backflow. Don't want that. And while that's still
so
open,
what goes in that bottom?
just a garden hose, like an
For
old, so you can flush out the black tank. So I would just use an old garden hose if you have one, just something that's different color so you don't mix it up with your city water.
Okay.
so you can't just hook up your sewer hose and it'll just flush. You have to flush it through with that. You can't just empty it with.
Well, you can just gravity drain it because you'll
Yeah.
have water in there and that'll drain it out. So this is just to clean off the sides, clean out toilet
Oh, that's
paper
like
and
for the
extra.
gray tank.
So this one is for just cleaning off the sides and just giving an extra rinse to help flush anything that's in that tank out.
So you're gonna, after you're all done, everything's come through, then you're gonna hook it up and
Yep.
So you keep
flush it through.
the gray tank closed,
Yes.
open the black, let it all come out,
Mhm.
then open the gray, and then let that flush through.
Yep.
And it'll do that by gravity too, or
Yep.
or do you have to set it on those?
Nope. So that's going to be all by gravity because you're going to have probably 25, 30 gallons of gray water in there, and all that pressure's coming down and flushing out. So it's a good way to rinse out the hose.
Okay.
And you're only using this for the black tank.
Yes.
Just to
Not
flush
for
it
the gray
out.
tank. Okay.
Mhm. Yep. Then you have cable and satellite hookup right here.
But that really is going to the gray tank, that hose, right? That bottom hose.
No, that's just going to the black one. right?
This one just goes into the black tank, and it has like a sprayer on the inside, and it helps just cleaning
Okay,
off.
and it only works when you pull
Black.
out the gray tank.
Black only. It has
The
nothing to
black
do with the
and then
gray,
the gray.
gray tank. It's just the black tank. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. You're flushing out the black tank.
With gray water.
Just
No.
black. Okay, so I'll run through this with you again. Okay, so you'll have everything from your toilet is going to be in the black tank. So when we have a sewer hose hooked on here, put it into the hole, we pull the black tank slide, that's going to drain that whole tank.
With the
So-
hose hooked up.
We're
Don't
going to
have to
take that
have-
away.
okay,
Take that away
okay.
for right now.
All right.
So when you pull that, that's going to gravity flow out, and everything out of the black tank is going to come out. Then sometimes things on the inside of the tank get stuck on there, like toilet paper will stick on sensors. So you want to get all that stuff off there without having to refill the tank. So we'll put a garden hose on this one, and that has a little wand on the inside that spins around and cleans off the tank and just cleans that. So it'll start flushing out, and you don't have to sit in there and hold the toilet open to let water go in there. That's just an easy way to like pressure wash the inside of that tank.
So where's the other end of the hose going to?
For this one,
Yeah.
so that's going to be hooked up to the water spigot. So water pressure is going to go through here and spray the
So
inside.
you're gonna have to unhook the other hose,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the white hose or whatever.
Yeah.
Hook that hose in.
Or you can get a little Y
Yeah.
Well, which we okay, I got one.
at the spigot, and then connect that.
Okay.
Okay. And then you'll turn off the water hose, close the black tank, and then you'll open the gray tank, and then that'll help rinse. That's basically just rinsing out the hose and cleaning everything that was in the shower and in the sink.
But you could leave the black tank open also when you're doing that now. Yes.
No, it's not recommended.
Okay. About normal sanitize.
All right, so normal and sanitize. Normal is going to be using water from the freshwater tank. Sanitize and winterizing That's for your freshwater tank, and the lines on the inside. If you're gonna, if you're winterizing, they put in an antifreeze solution so your lines don't freeze over and burst.
Does that happen a lot in Florida?
Probably never has.
Okay. All right.
Not even, what was it, 1989 or 87 that it snowed?
Yeah.
I don't even think it even happened then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for sanitizing the tank 1 and 4, that's just if you haven't used the camper in a year and you're gonna fill up and start actually drinking the water that's in that tank, then you can put a sanitizing solution
Okay.
to clean it so there's no bacteria
Okay.
mold in there.
There's a book that tells us all this stuff.
Yes.
Too. Good.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we don't have to call you all the time.
Nope. Right. Then we have power
That's
cord.
the big one, huh?
Now, is that one
I mean, the most information.
Yes,
That's
Yes.
right inside there. Yep.
where's the drain plugs?
For draining all the water
Yeah,
on the
to
inside.
drain.
All right. So we
I
have.
know people do that at times.
Okay, so on this one, the low point drains are all in the very back over here. See where the blue and the red
Yeah.
hoses are?
Yeah.
You can just turn those valves, and that should drain all the tanks, like the hot side for past the water heater, and all the lines going to the sink, the shower, and the toilet.
So
all the
what's
water
that
lines
on now
the
for the
inside.
hot water?
Say that again?
What is the pass or whatever? Is the hot water turned so that
They're
you
all
want
turned
hot
off
water?
right now.
So they're all turned off, so no water is going to drain out. So we have water pressure on the inside right now.
So when we want hot water, does one of those have to be turned?
No.
Nope.
That's only
It's
for
all ready.
draining.
That's only to drain it.
Okay. So I know some people say, I done got hot water, and they go, check your pass valve.
Yeah.
It
So
might be
there's
turned,
so there's on some campers they'll have a bypass valve
Right.
for winterizing, so you don't get coolant solution into your water heater. On this one, you don't have to worry about that with this.
okay. So we should just get hot water,
Yep.
either with electric or propane.
Correct. Another little light.
Okay.
Light, and then there's a power outlet inside here as well.
Okay.
So more storage, but still not big enough for a chair. Oh, that's the